You know, there's a quiet revolution happening in the way we work, and it's not about working harder, not at all. It's about working smarter by learning how to direct a powerful new kind of workforce, artificial intelligence. And that's what we're going to break down right here, how you can make that shift from being a doer to a director. And look, let's just get real about the stakes here, right from the jump. The prediction is that in the next 12 months, the highest earners on the planet aren't going to be the traditional coders or marketers. They're going to be the AI power users. This isn't some tiny shift, okay? This is a complete reordering of professional value, and it's happening right now.
So what does this shift actually look like in practice? Well, this slide breaks it down perfectly. The doer, that's the old model. You're down in the trenches. You're focused on the nitty-gritty, the manual tasks, the technical stuff. You're working in the system. But the director, they're operating from like a 30,000-foot view. They're focused on designing the workflow and making the big creative calls. They work on the system, using AI as their ultimate leverage.
Okay, so let's really dig into this first big idea, the massive shift from doer to director. For like decades, right, your value came from mastering a really complex technical skill. That whole era, it's coming to an end. The new source of value is your ability to strategically guide AI to do all that technical work for you. And this is really the heart of it. If you're still the one manually clicking every button, executing every single step, you're literally competing against an army of AI that can do it way faster and way better. The real opportunity is to elevate your role, to become the director. So the big question is, how in the world do you do that? All right, so let's get practical. Let's look at the first skill you've got to build. It all starts right here, with the prompt. But I want you to stop thinking of a prompt as just a simple question. It's more like you're writing the operating manual or maybe even the constitution for your AI assistant. This is the absolute key to unlocking its real power.
Have you ever asked an AI for something and just gotten back generic, useless garbage? Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the thing that's so interesting. The problem usually isn't the AI. The real bottleneck is us. Vague inputs are always going to lead to vague outputs. A messy mind creates messy prompts. And messy prompts, well, they create useless results. Simple as that.
Okay, so the solution to this is something we call a master prompt. And this isn't some one-off question you ask. No. It's a comprehensive document, basically a complete download of your brain and your expertise. It's an audit of your goals, your writing style, your company's context, literally everything the AI needs to think and act like your perfect clone. You give it total clarity so it can give you exactly what you need. And look, it's not that complicated. There's a really simple but super powerful 4-step structure to it. First up, you gotta define the role. Tell the AI to act as a senior developer or a world-class copywriter. Give it a persona. Second, provide the data. Show it what great actually looks like with real examples. Give it a benchmark for quality. Third, make your asks super specific. Be as clear and detailed as you possibly can. And finally, request the exact format you want, whether that's a table, a summary, or a PDF. That way the output is useful right out of the gate.
And here's the kicker, the really crucial point. When you nail this process, your master prompt isn't just a command anymore. It actually becomes this super valuable asset that's all yours. Think of it like a secret recipe. It's your unique way of getting world-class results on demand. And that is your intellectual property.
Okay, so now you know how to talk to AI with clear prompts. Let's build on that. This next part is all about using AI as your co-founder, your development team, actually building stuff. We're talking about turning your ideas into real products. And get this, you might not have to write a single line of code. For ages, right? Code has been this incredible form of leverage, but it was like a walled garden. Only a select few could get in, and it took years of study. Well, AI just took a sledgehammer to those walls. It's totally democratizing code, letting anyone with a clear idea and good business sense build their own software. And listen, this isn't some sci-fi fantasy about the future. Just look at these tools that exist right now. You've got Cursor, which lets you use plain English to write and fix code that's ready to go. Perfect for someone who understands the business logic but can't code. And then there's Lovable.dev. I mean, come on. It's like having a whole dev team in your pocket. You can just describe an app and it builds the website, the sales copy, even the payment system, all in a few minutes. It's wild. This is just so empowering, right? The old barriers to entry, they've been completely vaporized. The new bottleneck isn't what you can do with your hands, it's the quality and the creativity of your ideas. If you can dream it and describe it clearly, you can build it. So the real question is, what's stopping you? So, you've mastered prompting, you're building products. What's next? Well, now it's about creating systems. This is about building an automated business that runs for you 24/7, even when you're sleeping or on vacation. This is where you really, truly step into that director role.
So what's with this number? 25. Well, that is the average number of hours per week you can get back by putting effective automation in place. That's over a full workday every single week that you get back for higher-level strategic thinking or, just for living your life. I mean, just stop and think. What would you do with an extra day every week?
But here's the deal. Not all automation is the same. You've got simple stuff like Zapier, which is kind of like a switchboard operator, right? It just connects different apps and handles basic tasks. But then you've got the next level. AI-powered logic with tools like Gumloop. These things are like a manager. They don't just connect things. They make decisions inside a workflow, like analyzing resumes or balancing accounts. They're the real brains of your automated operation.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the how, the prompting, the building, the automating. But honestly, none of that stuff works if you don't have the right mindset. This last section is about the inner game you have to master to really become a director. It's all about how you think, not just what you do.
I want to reframe an idea for you. Discipline. We tend to think of it as this brute force thing, right? Forcing yourself to do stuff. But a much more powerful way to think about it is as a filter. It's about strategically saying no to all the noise and distractions so you can actually focus on what matters. Turn off the notifications. You have to protect your focus like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. That's where the magic happens.
Okay, so what's with this number 300? It might seem random, but it's everything. It's the simple, powerful core of the director's mindset. It is the absolute key to unlocking your full potential.
And this breaks it down perfectly. It's called the Rule of 300, and it's about being all in. It means having 100% clarity on exactly what you want, a crystal clear vision. It means having 100% belief that you can actually achieve it, an unshakable faith in yourself. And it means having 100% commitment to the process of getting there, a relentless dedication to doing the work day in and day out. No half measures, no excuses, just pure, focused energy. Man, this one really hits home. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We all have that one big, important project or task that we just keep putting off. What is it for you? Because almost always, that's where your next breakthrough is hiding. The value is buried inside the challenge.
And that brings us right to the end, to the most important question of all. Think about that work, that thing you've been avoiding. Now that you know the tools and you understand the mindset of a director, what is the very first thing you are going to direct your AI to help you tackle? The power is literally right there in your hands. So, it's time to start directing.